Disclaimer: this video is in no way, shape, form, or fashion a negative video. It's not intended to bash on anybody or hate on anybody. So if you come here looking for drama or tea or whatever they call it these days, go ahead and click away now, because that's not what this video is about. Let's get on with it. What's good, YouTube? Dmgaming here, guys, and today I want to reply, or rather let's say bounce off of Rhymestyles' video yesterday about him talking about his experience playing Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. Before we get into that, guys, please share this video on Reddit. There's a lot of subreddit, Dragon Ball subreddits, as well as the video subreddit that this video can be shared on, and it helps us to get out to more people for more, just being real, more exposure so we can grow. Also, follow me on these social media platforms. You can also follow us on Facebook at Dmgaming06 and join it over 9,000 Hype Squad, helping us to reach 9,000 subscribers by clicking the subscribe button and clicking the bell icon to turn on notifications so you don't miss a single video. So on with the show. So got the face cam down here a little bit. My other camera's messed up right now, so I'm having to use my webcam, and as you can tell, the frame rate sucks on it. But I digress. Hair curly, need a cut. Yeah, but whatever. So anyway, guys, I watched Rhymestyles' video yesterday, and I got a lot to take away from it. Now, one thing that I do want to say before I start going into my whole spiel is that Rhymestyle is someone that we all look up to in the community, just like Syriax, Afro, any of the Nano, the prominent Dragon Ball YouTubers. We do look up to them, and we do value their opinions. With that being said, I think the biggest takeaway from Rhymestyles' video to me that I want to relay to you guys as the community is to play the game for yourself. Let me say that again. Play the game for yourself. Don't ever take someone's opinion of a game as fact for yourself. Now, Rhymestyle said a lot of interesting things. Now, one thing that jumped out to me was how he said when they first saw the trailer, he was really excited about the game. However, he watched Afro's reaction to the actual gameplay that Afro played the game. Watching his video about that stifled his excitement for the game, and thus he, wasn't as excited. Not to say that he still wasn't excited for it, but he wasn't nearly excited as he was from seeing the trailer. Then, once he actually got his hands on the game and played the game, he became more excited about the game. Now, that's very interesting, and that's why I'm bringing up what I'm saying, that number one, guys, don't let anything I say, any content creator say, deter you from trying a game or any product for that matter for yourself. Perfect example for me, I learned this years ago. When Scary Movie 2 first came out, a lot of people went and saw it. It was like, oh, this movie is stupid, it's dumb, blase, blase. But I was like, I still want to go see it. So me and a couple of my family members went and saw it, and we loved it. It was hilarious. And I learned a very valuable lesson at that point, that just because somebody doesn't like something doesn't mean that you won't like it. So go and try these things out for yourself, because you never know how you're going to feel about it. Now, why am I bringing that up? Is because there is a major takeaway from Rhymestyles' video yesterday, and that is end game content. I've said this many times. If y'all been following the channel, you know that I've been harping this, I've been preaching this, I've been saying it time and time again. End game content will make or break this game. Rhymestyles' exact words was that he played through the demo maybe about 5 times, and while it was fun, the more he played through it, the more he realized that this would be a game that he would only play through one time. Now, guys, like I said, it goes back to the first point. Just because Rhymestyle's saying this is a game that he's only going to play through one time, some people will take that and write the game off. Don't do that, because that's not what he's saying. What he's saying is the same thing that we've been saying on the channel for a long time, that end game is going to be super important in this game. End game, including DLC. Bandai Namco, you are going to have to put together a intricate DLC in-game model that's going to extend this game's longevity. Otherwise, and I said it in a couple of videos ago, the same thing that he said, that you're not going to see multiple playthroughs of this game. Those of you who are coming from the Madden community understand this perfectly with Longshot. Longshot didn't have any end game. The end game, I guess, of sorts was to send you into mud to where you could extend the season kind of thing or take them into franchise mode. But as far as that's being they claimed it to be a story mode. So for it being a story mode in and of itself, you only played through long shot maybe one time, maybe twice to see a different outcome. This game and the games that they're coming out with for the Dragon Ball series, Bandai Namco is trying to make these games to where these games can be played for 2 to up to 3 years, essentially. So it is imperative that, number one, excuse me, this game goes all the way to the Buu Saga, which I believe that it will. Number two, it has an extensive DLC model in place that's not going to break the consumer's pockets, but still deliver good quality and in-depth content. And number three, provide some sort of end game in the game that's going to extend the game and last throughout the DLC process, and also can be added to through the DLC process. Now, what could possibly be end game in here? Well, Dragon Ball Z is a game full of tournaments, and it's it's a very thin line with this game being single player, because a lot of other Dragon Ball games like Xenoverse and Fighters, end game in a sense with Xenoverse is based off of the multiplayer aspect. You're playing with your friends and things like that. They are taking a huge leap and a huge risk by making this a single player game. Am I happy about that? Of course I am. I'm ecstatic about it. But with that being said, they have to tread thinly and carefully, because with a single player game, you have to have something at the end that's going to extend the gameplay. Otherwise, sales are going to drop, performance is going to drop, people aren't going to be playing the game after its initial release. So that goes back into our discussions in our older videos that you can find in the playlist about what could be end game. What is going to be the end game in the game that's going to extend that longevity? What is going to be DLC? These are things that are extremely, extremely, extremely important. End game will make or break this game. As much as I'm excited about it, as much as I believe that the game will succeed, I still believe wholeheartedly that it don't matter how good the game is, if there is no in-game content or something that extends the life of this game beyond DLC, because even in my opinion, DLC isn't going to be enough, because people are just going to play the game, and then once DLC drops, or in that time in between DLC dropping, they're not going to be playing the game. And you want people constantly playing this game. So it's imperative that they implement something in between. Now, fighting style, because Rhymestyle brought up the fighting style and said that it was simplified. This is going to run a lot of people away who don't understand this important aspect. It's an RPG. It is an RPG. Once again, it's an RPG. Guys, you have to be mindful of the fact that this game is an RPG. RPGs are not known for their combat system. While the combat system does seem simplified, the developers of the game have said themselves that the combat system is simplified at first, but becomes more complex and intricate as the game goes on. Does that mean that you have different combinations and things like that? We don't know exactly what the extent of that means. I'm sure transformations and other super attacks and things like that will play a factor in it. But also, guys, you have to know what type of game this is. There's not a lot of RPGs out there that have intricate combat systems, because RPGs or role-playing games, they're meant to immerse you into the story. They're meant to immerse you into the living experience. You're living the role of a character. And in doing that, combat is not a high priority, because if you have a complex fighting system in the game, even to the level of Xenoverse, which is not super complex, but even to that level, you're going to take away from the experience and the immersiveness, because the character, the person who's playing the game, is going to be spending more time learning the ins and outs of the combat system as opposed to being immersed in the gameplay. So it's understandable that the combat system is not in depth. Now, another thing was a demo. I've said this plenty of time. Bandai Namco, CyberConnect 2, do a demo for this game. While I'm excited for this game, while I see the potential that this game has, and I wholeheartedly believe this game will be a success, marketing is key to relaying that concept, because this game could be good. Perfect example, No Man's Sky was marketed. It was super hype. A lot of people wanted it. When it came out, it under-delivered. They went and fixed a lot of things, but they didn't market those fixes on a grand scale. So a lot of people didn't even know and still don't know that No Man's Sky is a completely different game than it was when it initially released. It is imperative that they get the word out to the consumer to let them know that, hey, this game, you need to play this game. And what better way to do that than to release a demo? Because a lot of people, I think it's about, I'm not, I guess, 50-50. I mean, you have some people like myself who's excited about it, know the potential, gonna get the game. But then there's other people who, even Rhymestyle himself has been kind of back and forth about the game. A demo is a perfect way to allow the game to be into the hands of the people so that they can draw their own conclusions and play it themselves. Now, another important thing that I want to add is that how he talked about that, you know, when he saw the trailer, he was excited. He saw Afro's gameplay, or Afro's review of the gameplay, and it kind of dampened his excitement. But key word he said is when I played it for myself. Guys, that is the key sentiment that I'm going to leave you with today, is when you play it for yourself. And I've said this many times as well. When you see a game, like right now we're watching Piccolo's gameplay, seeing it is one thing. Getting your hands on it and playing it is a completely different thing. It delivers a completely different experience because your brain registers those things as two different events. The brain registers me sitting here watching this as me sitting here watching this. It's a completely different experience when I'm in control of the character and doing those things. So Bandai Namco, again, two major things that you need to do that will make or break this game is, number one, you need to find a way to get a demo into the hands of all the consumers who are able to play it. I'm not talking about some kind of closed beta or something to that effect. You need to do a full demo, maybe just the first stage, you know, close some stuff off to where you could just fight Raditz, but don't put a time limit on it. Allow people to get used to the game and the controls. That's a big thing as well. Guys, don't let the controls throw you off. Like he said, when you play these types of games with different controls, you'll get used to them. Madden recently changed some of their controls. It was awkward at first, but you get used to it. So you need to put that out there. You need to get a demo into the hands of the people, and you also need to develop an intricate and in-depth DLC in-game combination in this game. Do those two things, and I guarantee you this game will sell like no other Dragon Ball game has sold before. Let me know what y'all thought about his video down in the comment section down below. I'm also going to leave a link to it in the description box. So if you haven't seen it, you can go and watch it and come back and take away from this video from a more in-depth and personal development. But that's all I got for right now, guys. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Until next time, thanks for watching. Peace.